Going on? Thanks for clicking on the video today. We got some banger news from Call of Duty. They dropped some news about Season 1 Reloaded. Some stuff we already knew about, they gave some more detail on, and some stuff we didn't know about, we actually got some information on for the first time. So there's a ton to go through here. I'm not going to waste your time though. We're going to run through what's most important, what you need to know from this blog post. Before we get into it, if you did like the video, please leave a like on it if it helped you out and you enjoyed the content. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe because I will be dropping more news, Call of Duty update videos like this in the future. But let's get into what we're actually here for. Looking at the blog post, you can see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 Season 1 Reloaded. Everything you need to know, including DMZ Building 21. So that's pretty interesting. That is something new coming to DMZ. We'll get into that later. But the first thing we have here is with the mid-season update, we have double XP and double weapon XP. Now, this is not going to be like the last double XP event that we had where it was for 24 hours for all consoles. And I think PlayStation had it for 48 hours. This is actually going to be like a regular double XP weekend where it's running from a Thursday all the way through to a Monday at 10 a.m. You have that entire Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get that double XP in and double weapon XP, which is going to be huge for a lot of players. If you are on PlayStation, it starts a day early on December 14th. So you'll have that double XP and double weapon XP an extra day if you are on PlayStation. Still cool to see we get our first full double XP weekend coming with the mid-season update. So it just goes in here prior to the launch of Season 1 Reloaded. Expect patch notes with details on all technical changes, including major fixes and balance tuning. Just letting us know that there will be some balance changes coming with the Season 1 update. I will be making a video on that, so look out for that if there is some big changes to the weapons. The Modern Warfare 2 overview. The biggest thing that they're highlighting here is the new raid, which I don't know how many of you watched the Game Awards last night, but they actually had their first trailer for the raid at the Game Awards last night, and it looks pretty cool. Still don't know exactly what's going to be in it, how much puzzling is going to be in it, how much strategy it's actually going to take to coordinate and work together to get through this raid, but it is going to be a 3-person raid, and at the end of the raid you do get rewards that you can only get from that, and there's rewards to be found throughout the raid as well, but we'll get into that. So the Spec Ops mission is called Adamgrad. I think that's how you pronounce it. It doesn't really give us any other information other than that. It just lets us know that continuing from the events in Modern Warfare 2 campaign, the first Spec Ops raid is something that will take, in the words of Captain himself, violence and timing. So it looks like there will be some strategy and you know, coordination involved with the violence and timing quote there. We'll see to what extent that goes though with it being Call of Duty. It says those who complete the raid here will unlock a familiar face as a brand new operator to use in multiplayer and Spec Ops, which if you don't know, that is Gaz. You will actually unlock Kyle Gaz as the new operator if you finish the raid. You get a certain skin for him in the raid, and there's also a skin you can purchase in the store. And if you get both of those, you actually get a skin that's like hidden. It's like a bonus skin for having both of the Gaz skins that are released. So you got to purchase one from the store, complete the raid to get the other one, and then you'll get the bonus one. It will also unlock a harder difficulty playlist that will test even veteran operators. If you've played other games before like Destiny, where you have a regular version and maybe you have like a heroic version or a challenging version of it, it's going to be the same experience for the most part, except just a little bit leveled up. Maybe the AI is more difficult, limited resources, things like that. Pretty cool to see that it's not just a flat raid. We actually have an experience for some replayability and some challenges down the line. Now getting into it down here, this is pretty interesting and something that we're seeing for the first time. Accessing a raid actually requires a raid key. So to be able to play the raid, you need a raid key. It can be earned through the following methods: complete a daily, a specific daily challenge, either in multiplayer or Spec Ops, placed within the top 20 in any Warzone 2.0 Battle Royale playlist, or in DMZ, use the final extract helicopter with at least 30,000 in cash. So you can't just jump in, get 30,000 and then leave. You have to use that final extract helicopter. It seems a little bit odd to me. I feel like it's much easier to place in the top 20 or to complete a daily challenge in multiplayer or Spec Ops rather than having to extract with the final helicopter in DMZ. It just seems a little odd, but it seems like it'll be fairly simple. We got multiple ways to get those keys, which is nice. It's not just one path. So it says once you have the raid key, that player and whatever squad mates, so whoever else is in your party, can access the raid for a full week. So you have 1 full week to access the raid. I'm not sure if this is unlimited uses for that key for the full week, or if you have 1 full week to use that key and then you have to do another daily challenge to earn another one if you want to run that raid again. I would imagine that's probably going to be the case, because if there's rewards within this raid, they don't want people to be able to just farm it over and over and over again. They want them to actually go out, take a break, go play another game mode, do something, and then come back into the raid. So we'll see how this shakes out. I see this as being, you can use it once, then you have to earn another, but maybe they'll let you have unlimited uses for a full week. They do say that although there is only 1 mandatory requirement for raid access, we have a couple of additional tips for infiltration. This is just getting into saying, you know, go play Spec Ops missions, understand the systems, how they work, the kits, and level up your kits so that you're going into it prepared, which I have been slacking on because I've been on the Orion grind. But yeah, nothing really crazy or important here. Next up, though, this is something we knew was coming. This is big. Shipment is coming to multiplayer. And this time, Shipment is set on a cargo ship taking on water in a storm-ridden part of the Atlantic Ocean. A new shipment is ready to bring back the chaos that only an ultra-compact map can provide. If you're thinking about working around and off the map's boundaries, which was possible in previous versions like Vanguard, when you could jump out, be out of bounds, and then jump back in, then you might find yourself at sea. So this is interesting that they call it out here. I'm not sure if you jump over, if that's it, if you're done, because you are at sea. It's not like we're, you know, at the El Mazrah port or something, and they make it sound like we're at sea in a storm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you jump off, maybe you can use the new hanging mechanic where you can hang over and shoot your pistol over the side. We'll see how that works out, or if you just jump off, you're done, that's it. Who knows? But either way, it's interesting. I'm excited to see how this map shakes out in Modern Warfare 2. Coming with Shipment, though, we will have a holiday skin for it. For those of you who have played Call of Duty in the past, multiplayer, they've had this on maps like Crash. They've had this on Shipment before, and I think a couple other ones. They pretty much give a holiday skin to the map. They'll have like Christmas lights, a Christmas tree, ornaments, things like that all over, snow, just to kind of give it that Christmas vibes. This is going to be launching, it looks like December 21st, so we'll have about a week with the regular shipment, and then after that, we'll on December 21st, we'll have the Christmas skin, the holiday skin going over, and then that'll run through the new year into January 4th, and then it'll go back to the normal shipment skin. This is pretty cool. Those on the naughty list won't have to fret over any mythological creatures during this holiday season. The only threats here are your fellow operators looking to get camos that shine brighter than tinsel. Just a little fun message here at the end. Getting into the Warzone 2.0 overview, we have, in relation to Warzone 2 DMZ, we have Building 21 coming to DMZ. So we don't know the location of this building. We don't know what this is inside, but it is a new area coming to DMZ where you have to get a key. You have to get into this building with the key, and I'm assuming there's going to be some type of lore or interesting loot there if it's made such a big deal and is hard to access. So it's very classified. They kind of have like a Tarkov approach to giving information about the background where it's kind of shady. It says its location is classified, its benefactors are unknown, but one thing is for certain about the clandestine biological laboratory, codenamed Building 21. Only the strongest operators may survive, let alone access one of the deadliest areas of DMZ. Players will need redacted to access redacted. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of this place. I don't really play DMZ too much, so I'll be watching to see what other people find going through this. But yeah, it's a cool addition to DMZ, and it's nice to see them working on that game mode already and giving it some attention. The next thing that we have is a limited time playlist coming to Warzone. So we have actually 2 limited time playlists. One of them is Warzone Cup, as you can see here, which is like, it's pretty much Rocket League inside Call of Duty. I'm going to try it out. We'll see how it is. But if I want to play Rocket League, I'm going to play Rocket League. But I do like the attempt of trying to do something different here, and I applaud it. We'll see how it is. I'm definitely still going to try it out. And then another mode that we have, a limited mode coming back to Warzone, is Mini Royale. So I know this has been one that's been circulating with some of the leaks recently of a possibility of a new map, a mini map or a Mini Royale map. And this is going to be the first iteration of it, it looks like. It's not actually going to be a different map. It's going to be the same El Mazrah map, but it's going to be condensed safe zones right off the drop. So I'm assuming the way this works out is you'll have safe zones that are already closed in, and portions of the map you won't even be able to drop in without being in the gas. This will be pretty interesting. It'll offer that close quarters combat in the Battle Royale experience, but it's going to be still on the El Mazrah map. We'll see how that kind of evolves as they do more iterations of Mini Royale, and if we'll get a full-time Mini Royale map down the line. Moving on, we have just the general overview to kind of cap it all off. Then this gets into some of the operators and what you can expect. Two new operators we have, Gaz and Klaus. I'm assuming that's how you say it. So Gaz, like we said, he's coming to Modern Warfare 2 via the raid. If you finish the raid, you'll get a skin for Gaz. And then also there's going to be a store bundle for Gaz. Those are the two ways you can get those. And if you actually get both of them, you get a third one that's a bonus, like I mentioned earlier. Otherwise, the Klaus one that's coming is actually going to be a brand new operator overall. I thought this was going to be a skin for one of our operators, just a Christmas skin, but this is actually an overall, like a whole new operator. So we'll get into this here. We have Kyle, Gaz, Garrick. You can see this is where they confirm that if you do get both of them, if you get the convoy skin via the raid and then the aquatic skin via the store, you will get the Grass Ops skin as a bonus reward. There's a bonus skin you can get for Gaz if you end up getting both of the skins that drop for him. We'll see what that one looks like. I may try and pick it up. It depends on what the aquatic one looks like. I don't want to just purchase a pack just to purchase it. So moving on then, we have Klaus Fisker. They give him a background here. As a member of Denmark's elite special forces, Klaus Fisker can almost be considered a living legend among operators. So Santa Claus, it looks like Santa Claus skin we have for him here. It's pretty cool. The only way to get him is via the in-game store. He does come with weapon tracers, it looks like. That will be a pretty interesting pack. I'm excited to see what's all included with that in terms of decals, stickers, weapon blueprints, all of that. Moving on, we have the Chimera, which is the honey badger that is coming to Modern Warfare 2. I have been waiting for this weapon since before the game even launched. I was so disappointed when it launched without this weapon, but it's here. It's finally going to be here in the Season 1 Reloaded. They do give a good background on this weapon. It's a new assault rifle, part of the Bruin Ops platform, offers operators a formidable primary weapon for stealth engagements. And they get into how this is a good backup if you're running like a sniper or a rifle build and you're running overkill. This is a good backup weapon to have. They talk about the ammo from it as well, providing subsonic ammo hides skulls from the enemy team. So when you take someone out, it's usually that skull for their teammates where they can see where they were. They won't be able to see that now with this weapon specifically. It looks like that's going to be a perk of this weapon. So that's pretty cool to see. They're actually giving weapons already in Season 1, you know, different abilities based on some of the real world applications of their ammo and the loadout of the weapons. I definitely like this. I'm excited to use this weapon and level it up and see what some of the camos look like on it. And it says how to unlock here, weapon challenge or via the store bundle. We still haven't seen a store bundle for the M13, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe we'll see a store bundle right off the bat for the Chimera, the honey badger. Maybe they'll have like a Bruin Ops store bundle where you get both of them, the M13 and the honey badger. We'll see. Moving on, we have featured store bundles. This is getting into the tracer pack for the Klaus operator bundle. So they're pretty much just saying we're going to have a bunch of new bundles coming with Season 1 Reloaded, rather than just the ones, kind of the same ones we've seen in rotation here so far. They give us a little preview of the Dune Stalker, and then we have the Year of the Rabbit, which is for the Chinese New Year. Moving on, we have a new social feature here, which is groups. So picture this as kind of like communities on Call of Duty. You can create a community based off of, you know, is someone following a content creator or people who are interested, have similar interests outside of gaming, or people who have similar interests within gaming outside of Call of Duty, or similar play styles on Call of Duty. All these different things you can kind of use to group up with other people who are like-minded and just play with them across all the game modes, whether it's Spec Ops, you need people for that, or DMZ and you're looking for squad mates, or Warzone. It's a really cool feature, I think, that will help bring people together and start grouping up to help knocking out some of this more group-based stuff that they're introducing with the raids especially. So very cool to see, and they give a few examples here of like Call of Duty based preferences, vibe based preferences, community based, and just other categories as well. I think this will really shine once people can actually use it, and we can actually see, you know, communities starting to take off and people joining them. One thing to note is that I believe it's up to 5,000 members in a community. Nothing beyond 5,000. That's just a cap right now. They may increase in the future. We'll see. Moving on though, we do have the combat record here. So Warzone 2.0 is getting a combat record with Season 1 Reloaded. Now, one thing to note here, the main thing to know is that everything from Season 1, all of your stats will not be counted. The only thing that will be counted is the things that you do from the launch of this combat record moving forward. Nothing is going to backfill, which I'm personally okay with. It's not like we had it up for months without a combat record. Just something to know though, where your previous stats aren't going to show up. So when you first look at them, it's all going to be zeros. After this, we have the out of combat overview, which is really just getting into some of the Call of Duty League events. Call of Duty League Major 1, Call of Duty League team packs, the League pack, co-streaming, Call of Duty League, and just a few things outside of the game itself. It's interesting. One thing I did notice is that the LA Thieves skin, when they have it down here, they show it still as the black on black rather than the black with the red accents, like we saw in the picture up above right here. So I think people are saying this is a hint that it's going to be Nerf and it's going to come out to be black and red as their colors rather than the all black with just the LA being red as the accent. That'll be interesting. I did purchase this pack because I like the all black. So if they add the red in there, who knows what that'll look like. It looks like they are offering refunds. I've seen some people on Twitter getting refunds from the Microsoft store, and I think there was a couple from BattleNet as well, but I'm not sure officially how long that will be going on, because I know in the terms when you do purchase these packs, Call of Duty specifically states that they can change this content at any time in the fine print. So we'll see how that shakes out. If you did purchase this pack and that is the change that's coming, what are your thoughts on this? I want to hear them down in the comments below. That about wraps it up though, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a lot of content to go over here, a lot of information to go through. Thanks for sticking with me through it. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, please hit that like button if this helped out and you liked the video, and definitely subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I'll be dropping Call of Duty updates like this and news as the seasons progress. So thank you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Peace.